Hi there, and welcome to our latest Facebook Live. My name is Robert Willis. I'm the editor of The Buzzers. It's the Buzzer Print and the Buzzer blog, and I also help look after all TransLink social media properties, along with the ladies behind the camera here and our Twitter team, who also looks at a little bit after Facebook, that's Insider Baseball. And I'm joined, luckily, by
Jennifer Moreland, TransLink spokesperson, and I'm excited to be here today.
Great. Well, thank you very much for taking your time, if you are watching this live, to watch us and to ask us questions. So the way Facebook Live works is it's a live cast, and you can ask us questions, and if we have an answer right away, and if we have time, we will answer it in real time. And if we don't, you're watching this after the cast is already completed, then we will try our best to answer those questions tomorrow and over the weekend. So I just want to talk about a few different things today, and as I mentioned, feel free to ask your questions while I'm talking, and we'll go from there. We're going to be talking about the Pattullo Bridge. We're going to be talking about the 100th anniversary of the Buzzer newsletter, super exciting. And we're also going to talk about another 100, that's the 100,000th, I can almost say that, Twitter follower on Twitter. And we're also going to tell you about some fun things to do on transit this weekend, and then we'll try to answer some questions that you have at the end. So let's start it all off with Pattullo. So the Pattullo Bridge, we're doing a rehab right now. Can you tell people that maybe aren't familiar with the bridge or use it regularly why we're doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Pattullo Bridge is almost 80 years old, and it's one of the busiest bridges in the region, and it's in need of repair work. It's old, and we need to repair it to make sure that it is safe and it stays operable and open for everybody to use it. So to do that, we have lane closures that are in effect. They started at the end of April, and they're happening right now. And during the construction period, which will go until about early October, we've got one lane open in each direction. Usually it's 2 lanes, but we've got 1 lane right now in each direction. There's about 2 evening closures a week or so, and then about 1 full closure of the bridge a weekend, 1 weekend full closure a month, depending on construction schedules. The bridge remains open to cyclists and pedestrians the whole time, even when the bridge is closed, so that's a great option for people. But yeah, well, the crews right now, they're out there, they're fixing concrete delamination, which is concrete damage from water.
I wonder what that was.
Looking at rebar, repaving, and the bridge is safe, but we need to do some work to make sure that it stays safe and that we can keep it going until a replacement bridge is built.
So it's Thursday, May 19th. Is anything going on with it tonight?
Yes, there's a closure tonight. We had a closure last weekend, and if you want to stay up to date on when there's planned closures, the best thing to do is to sign up for updates. You can do that at translink.ca/Pattullo Rehab, and we post all of the planned closures there as well.
Great, and I was just going to ask you just a little bit more how we've been telling people. I know I've been putting it on the Buzzer blog with my team and our social media sites, and we've been doing some digital ads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Google is Google Display Network, Facebook, Twitter. Anything else we're doing?
Oh yeah, there's a ton we've done. We know that the bridge is one of the busiest bridges out there. About 80,000 people were using it every day up until the construction started, so we want to make sure that we're letting people know. And so to do that, like you said, we've made sure that our social channels are pumping information out, and we've got signs along the road, and it's not just on the road right by the Pattullo Bridge. There's signs throughout all of Metro Vancouver. They're kind of hard to miss. We've got radio advertisements that have been made, and we've been working with our partners, like the cities of Surrey and New Westminster have been really, really helpful with getting the message out. Same with Ministry of Transportation through TranBC. I know they've put some blog posts up, and
newspapers.
Newspapers. A whole slew of things, but we've also been working really closely with the media, and we're really thankful for them for helping us get the word out. Because if you're listening to a traffic report, chances are you're going to hear about Pattullo Bridge, even if you're just hearing about how long the traffic lineups are right now, or they'll be sure to let you know about upcoming closures.
And let's just remind people when these repairs will finish.
They will finish in early October, so it is going to be happening throughout the summer. So we want to thank everybody for their patience while we do this work, because we know that it impacts residents, businesses, and anybody that's driving on the roads.
Great, and we'll get to some Pattullo questions at the end. I know we've been getting a lot recently. So I wanted to also talk about the 100th anniversary of the print buzzer. Now, if you're a regular transit user, you'll know the print buzzer. It's that little newsletter that you can find on SkyTrain, SeaBus, and our buses, and West Coast Express as well. And we've been doing it, I say the proverbial we, because many different companies have ran transit over the years. But come June 2nd, it's going to be the 100th birthday, and we're super excited about that. So we're doing a bunch of different things, and one of them is to do a special edition of the buzzer. Now, if you are on transit anytime from May 27th for the next couple of weeks, because we have another buzzer coming out after that for summer service changes, we're putting out a special edition buzzer. It's only going to be available for 2 weeks. It's double the length, and it's double the fun because it's all color on one side. And here's a version of it right now on one side. We've got a great illustrator who's illustrated actually the 100 years plus another 26.
100.
And very good, Jennifer. You got that. I thought it was going to be kind of subliminal, but not so. So it's basically 126 years here in history, but 100 years of the buzzer. And it really kind of shows the path that we've started all the way back in 1890 when we had the very first transit in British Columbia. And then we move into fun things like the buzzer coming out in 1916. And we got some trams. We got the Pattullo Bridge right
1937.
there. That's an old bridge. And we got SeaBus on there. We've got the conductorettes with the first group of transportation operators, which is a great story. You can find more about that on the Buzzer blog. And then we had all the different people that ran transit. We have the first police on the system in 1985, and then later on the official transit police. Lots of cool stuff there on there, including all the way to the future. With the Mark III trains, you'll see the fun train here, a little more futuristic, bigger windows. They're going to be coming real soon in active service, so look out for them. So also look out for this. Like I said, it's only going to be out for 2 weeks, and you're going to want to pick up a copy because it is a collector's edition. And online, we are going to be doing a little contest. So starting on May 27th, we are going to be going on our social networks and getting you to share your selfie pictures with the publication of the buzzer. And what we want you to do, come May 27th and afterwards, is to take a picture of yourself with the buzzer and the hashtag so we can find you. Hashtag buzzer100 is the way to go. So hold off for a week and get ready for that. And that'll be on all of our channels, which include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we might do Snapchat too. Yeah. So that's great, and we're super excited about that. And next up, I'm just going to ruffle some more papers here. I'm going to tell you guys about another 100, which is super awesome, and this is 100,000. Now we're talking about, we're about 400 followers away from having 100,000 followers on Twitter. And our handle is @TransLink. If you are not following us, you really should, because it's really the fastest place to find out what's going on with transit right now. If you're wondering where your bus is, if you're wondering where the next SkyTrain is, the quickest way I always tell people to do it is just to tweet us @TransLink, and then we have people almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going to get back to you within 5 minutes. It's really an awesome service. We pioneered it over the years. Other people have been copying that model, and it's great because it just helps our customers get from A to B. So when we reach 100,000 and you've started following us, we're going to want you to retweet some of our tweets, thanking our followers for following us and being part of our community. And we're going to also have the hashtag right here, thank you 100K. So got my hashtag quotient in, so that's great. And next we're going to be talking about some fun things to do this weekend. Jen, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, we live on the North Shore, and so trying to think of North Shore activities to do. It's a long weekend, so we get 3 days instead of 2, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
And I think we're going to maybe head to Lynn Headwaters, go for a hike, and if you want to do that, then you can easily get there on transit. There's a few routes that'll help get you there. The 209, the 210, and the 228 will get you there, and even if there's a little bit of rain, it's still going to be great. Trees are nature's umbrella, so they'll help keep you dry out there. Yeah. Then also, this is another fun thing that's going to be happening. Actually, it doesn't happen just on the long weekend. It's happening every Friday night from now until the summer, through the summer. It's the Shipyards Market in North Van, right at Lonsdale Quay, which is really cool. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, there's dozens of food trucks, live music. There's a beer garden for adults that want to go and have a drink, but there's lots of fun activities for kids too, so it's definitely something that we like to check out all the time, and I know we're going to be there on Friday. So yeah, a couple fun things on the shore.
That sounds good. And in New West, where we're broadcasting from, we're outside Saperton SkyTrain station, just outside that window. There's the River Market, and there's almost too many ways to get there. It's on the New West Quay, so you can get there by SkyTrain. There's numerous buses that get there. Easy to find using our trip planner or using Google Maps and Google Transit. That's happening this weekend. And we also have the Richmond Night Market, specifically the Panda Market. I went to this years ago. It's super fun. It's like every bit of food from Asia, and I love that. And so it's just like, there's lots of cool little toys, junky toys for your kids and good toys too. But for me, it's all about the food. It's about the food.
I don't know whether I might have forgotten to say how to get to the Shipyards Market.
Well, if you did, let's tell them.
Yeah, sea bus and lots of buses. Really get to the Lonsdale Quay. You won't miss it. It's loud. You'll be able to walk down there. Super easy to get to.
Awesome. And to get to the Richmond Night Market, the Panda Market, you want to take the 407 Gilbert Bridgeport bus, and it's not that far from Bridgeport Station Canada Line as well. Great. So that's super awesome. And we did have a few Pattullo questions here, because right now it's a big topic for us on social. So I'm going to pepper you with some. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, why aren't you just building a brand new bridge?
Well, we are working to build a brand new bridge. Plans are in place right now. We've started some of that early work, like developing a business case and putting in applications for senior government funding. So that stuff's ongoing, but it takes a long time to build a bridge. And in the meantime, we need to make sure that the existing bridge is able to stay safe and open for drivers. And so that's why we're doing this work now. We know that a new bridge is needed. And that's why we're really focusing on work that's needed in the short term, so that we can keep the bridge open until we've got a new bridge built. So plans are underway. We hear you. We're working on it.
Great. And this is kind of a follow-up. Why don't you just close the bridge completely to shorten the construction time?
You know, that's actually something that we looked at when we were deciding on what the lane closures and everything was going to be. We looked at a whole slew of options, including closing the bridge entirely, or on the opposite side of the spectrum, maybe seeing whether you could just do the work on evenings or weekends. And we talked a lot with people, like stakeholders that were going to be affected, including like the cities of Surrey, City of New Westminster, the ministry. You know, that it's a regional bridge that affects not just our roads, but the region's roads. And then we also talked to like first responders and trucking association and that sort of thing. And ultimately what we heard from people was that this is a really important crossing that we need to keep open, and it's not just for residents, like people that are getting to and from work, but even for trucks.
That's another question we have. Why not ban trucks? I've seen a few times online.
Well, trucks are out there moving goods, and they're moving things like groceries. So, you know, when we go to the grocery store, chances are you're picking up your berries and your granola from something that's been dropped off by a truck. So we got to keep the bridge open so that we can continue to move goods throughout the region. So we're doing everything we can to limit the impacts to drivers, truck drivers, everything. You know, we are encouraging people to take alternate modes if possible. Like transit's a really great option because SkyTrain isn't going to be affected by traffic or congestion. So if you're needing to hop across the river, then definitely look at taking SkyTrain. The bridge stays open during all of construction for pedestrians and cyclists. That's pretty good. So you can do that, and yeah, we're working really hard to get this done as quickly as possible.
And that kind of reminds me of when we see all these renovations to the SkyTrain system. We're keeping those open as well, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing upgrades at several SkyTrain stations, some of our busiest stations out there, including Metrotown, Commercial Broadway Station, Joyce Collingwood, New West. And a big thing for us is making sure that we keep the stations open for customers so they can continue to use them. And same with the bridge. It's a really important connection in our road network, and so we're working really hard to make sure that we can maintain that access during the work.
Fantastic. So I know there's a lot of questions out there, and I know a lot of people will be watching afterwards. This is your transportation system. We want to answer your questions. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure you're informed, because we want to make sure you get to where you're going and you just know what's going on when you leave the house every morning. So please do post your questions in the comment section here. We'll try our best to answer them as quickly as possible. We'll ask people like Jen for answers. And thank you so much for joining me this time.
Thanks. Yeah, I hope I get to come back soon. It's been fun.
We'll invite you again. Thanks again. Have a great long weekend, everybody.
Bye.